I reluctantly returned home after a long vacation trip to Japan. After experiencing delicious food incomparable to a beautiful country and spending time with wonderful people, needless to say, the first day I returned home I was a bit depressed about going home, so I went straight home. I was in my bedroom and passed out without doing anything else, or rather I didn't have the energy to do anything else, probably because I didn't notice the subtle hints that my home wasn't as lonely without me as I thought it would be. I woke up hours later, got out of bed in the middle of the night to the sound of friction and creaking floorboards, and made my way to the hallway that connected both the living room and the kitchen. I found my way through the darkness by groping my way along the wall as I walked forward, trying to keep my balance in my tired state, but I made the fatal mistake of stepping on one of the nosiest boards in the hallway and alerted whoever or whatever was lurking in the shadows of the next room and paused like the being inside. I entered the living room in the next room before a howl of air could be heard. As I retreated through the crevice they had exited with a strained breath and turned on the nearby lamp that dimly lit the room. Looking around, I didn't notice a spirit, but rather some of my furniture was broken. Moreover, a few of my kitchen cabinets were slightly ajar. I was bewildered, but I closed them all before I raised my guard and readjusted my furniture, and at this point I relaxed and chalked the strange sounds and made movements in my jet-lagged brain and shrugged. I decided to go back to bed. I wish the story would end here, but I wasn't so lucky. Before I entered my room from the hallway, I saw that there was a large metal covering that led to the vent above the couch. I was getting lost looking at it. I mumbled, "What the hell was it?" Then a distorted face filled with disgusting contempt for my existence appeared. I was startled. I fell to the floor and started to crawl away when I heard the man start screaming incoherently. As he fell to the couch, I watched in horror as I saw him in a tattered hoodie and heavily stained, his knuckles cracked under his jeans. Now he looked at me in silence. Then he pulled a knife out of his back pocket and pointed it at me. "My house is mine. Now it's mine. You left it mine," he mumbled as the voice rushed towards me. I hurriedly crept towards my room and slammed the door behind me and locked the door as he started stabbing his knife into the door, shaking and screaming at me to die. I called the police and cried as I told them what had happened. Thank God I was told that the patrol car was near my neighborhood and would be at my house in a few minutes. I stayed on the phone and grabbed a baseball bat in case some deranged man broke down my door. After a few scary minutes the police arrived, and after the police arrived with a quick but fierce struggle, they managed to subdue the intruder after locking it from behind. The cops searched my house from the seat of the patrol car and found that the man had lived there while I was away, but according to the police they found he had only been staying in my house for a few months without me noticing. The paper stuffed under the couch was filled with nothing but incoherent nonsense about how he planned to kill me one day when the time was right. The date next to each entry dated back an uncomfortable amount of time before my trip to Japan. I am frankly happy to be alive and relieved that the situation was resolved so quickly, but I still try to triple check the locks on my house after that little incident.